Hey everybody, welcome to the show this week. This episode means the world to me. I'm so happy it became a reality. I never thought I'd get to say the following words, but this is episode 55 of In It to Spin It with the War on Drugs. So before we get this episode rolling, I want to do an In It to Spin It giveaway, do something nice for a viewer out there. We've got a reusable War on Drugs bag. It's a limited edition. It was only available in the pre-order of the new album, Lost in the Dream. The bag will not be empty. Inside, you will get 2 Dylan records, 1 greatest hits. You can spend some time in Mozambique with Desire, and quite possibly my favorite LP of all time, Bruce, will be in there. Comment down below anything you want to say about the new episode or the new War on Drugs album. I'll pick a lucky winner and it'll be shipped out to you for free on us. Next week I'll announce the person. Good luck, guys. So we'll start this one the way we usually do on In It to Spin It with Parcel Time. This package is coming from Volcom as part of the 2014 Singles Club. First one here is coming from Blank Tapes out of LA. 1,000 Leather Tassels is the A side. The B side is Mr. Mister. Always hand numbered. This is a solid 7-inch, good sort of garage pop, catchy. I like this one. There's the colored vinyl. Oddly enough, this band was just on tour with Saint Seneca, who was featured on this show as part of their release party. I uploaded it earlier in the week. If you missed that, you can link that right here. Check it out. Cool band from Columbus, Ohio. Second 7-inch, which I was very pleased and surprised with, Fat Tony. Never heard of this guy, but I'm always up for a rap 45. Hip-hop, don't have many 45s. This guy's out of Houston, I think. Southern, sort of club rap. Not my bag, but I always welcome another hip-hop 45 to the collection. There you have it. So before we get to the interview, first a little backstory. The last time the War on Drugs were in Vancouver, Nicole and I had met Adam, and we had talked to him several times throughout the night. In fact, one of my favorite pictures of all time came from the evening in question. So I chose not to go through normal PR channels. I hoped if I got FaceTime with Adam, he would recognize me from that time in Vancouver and be up for a little interview. After the sound check, he wandered over towards us, and it was my chance. I walked over, gave him my little pitch, said I don't work for any websites or magazines, don't get paid to do this. Would you be up for 5 to 10 minutes on camera chatting? So he was receptive, he committed to it. He just had to go out for 45 minutes, get some food, come back. I sat down, I rewrote my entire interview, came up with only 3 questions on the spot. He walked in with his foe in tow. This is what went down. We headed to the green room. I really hope you enjoy it. Adam, thanks for giving me the time. Let's have a look.
Rolling.
Horrendous lighting.
Action.
Action. Hey everybody out.
Sorry. Action.
Hey everybody out there, we are in the Biltmore in Vancouver once again for the sold-out War on Drugs show with White Laces and the War on Drugs. Super happy to have 5 quick minutes with Adam of the War on Drugs. Here we are in the green room. Let's do this. Nice. Okay.
Beauty.
Thank you so much for being here, buddy. I don't mean to intrude, but we'll get 3 quick ones in with you. Nice grip.
No broken light in here.
Grip credit. So I want to touch on the Vancouver connection. I know you've got some buddies in Vancouver. Nick from Zulu and Dan Behar, both who play in Destroyer.
Yeah.
The 2011 tour.
2011.
For their great album Kaput and your great album Slave Ambient.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about the Vancouver connection and what you experienced on that tour and what you may have learned or taken away from those great guys.
Well, that tour was life-changing in a couple different ways, just kind of the way the band changed around then.
Yeah.
But I guess just from those guys, I don't know, it just became really like down to earth, super nice music fans. They liked our band. They made fun of me minimal times.
Yeah, that's always a plus.
I don't know, they were just those guys that were like, you know, they were older than us and they had families, but like, they were just out doing this. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we needed any affirmation or anything, but it was kind of like, you know, that was like the first time we toured some of these big cities with a band on that level.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of nice to, I don't know, just enjoy it with them, and you know, they just became good friends. They're good people, you know.
Yeah.
And like we like
I know
did
Nick,
something at Zulu
nice.
Records.
Yeah, we were there for that. I got footage.
Right.
It's a beautiful set.
Did you put it on YouTube?
I'm not with the Northern Zulu Sessions or Northern Transmissions, but they have put it up, professional shot.
Yeah, I saw something.
I am the horrible, overblown speakers footage.
That's probably the one that I enjoyed.
I remember.
But no, they're just, I don't know, they're just great people.
Yeah.
We're not like, we don't, for some of this band, like, I don't know, they just became one of those bands that we ended up like seeing a lot at festivals the next year.
Yeah.
And we just kind of kept in touch with. And Joseph, who plays sax in Destroyer, who lives in Toronto, he became a close friend too. He actually played on our new record, and he did a small tour with us.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he did the East Coast stuff.
Exactly, in December of 11.
Yeah, okay. Cool, okay, and that's the Vancouver connection, and want to talk about maybe for young kids out there with guitars and pedals in their bedroom.
Now we're talking.
Screwing around with stuff. What advice can you give them with songwriting, creativity, and just being successful in general? Because pretty amazing story with you guys, and I know you're into all the pedals and ambient sounds and atmospheric stuff, so any advice for the youngsters, fans?
I mean, pedal-wise, like gear-wise, I guess just go with your gut, you know, like, I don't know, my first guitar was a 1963 Harmony Bobcat, which I actually was playing in soundcheck. I still have it, you know?
Okay.
It's like my favorite guitar of all the guitars I have. None of it really matters, you know?
Yeah.
Just play the kind of music you want to play, and if you want to get like, you know, no pedal is like better or worse than any other pedal. You know, it's just about like learning what they do and like how you can use it and what happens when you put them next to each other, and you can have a lot of fun with. What up, Dagan?
Oh, hey!
And what happens when like
it's so busy
you
Okay, well I think that's good enough, and we can move on from that question. Let you let everyone think about that one. And in 2012 or 2011, Nicole and I made a trip down and back into Seattle at the Tractor Tavern, middle of the night, raining, to see you and Perling Hiss, which was a fucking fantastic experience.
That was a great show.
That was an amazing show.
They blew us off the stage that night. I remember. They were great that night.
I would agree. Polizzi was crazy.
Whoa!
No, dude, the guy can
interview over!
Come on. I just gotta be honest. I've seen you. Guys 5 times since. Polizzi was amazing. I was blown away by him. But you guys, Perling Hiss and Kurt Vile, all out of Philly. Just talk a little bit about the relationship between the 3 bands, because I know you got production credits on Water on Mars.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about coming up in Philly with a great support system like that, and just the vibe with the music scene there when you guys were coming up.
Yeah, Philly's, I mean, it's just been one of those places. I guess when we all started, like 2004, 2005, like there weren't a ton of places to play, you know, and I was new to Philly, and I had this house where, you know, we could play music, and my house kind of became this weird little like musical haven where like there was a lot of gear, and I had my recording stuff, and we were always playing, you know, and and that kind of just fostered, like, I don't know, just musical relationships and friendships, and people not really discussing the scene or like this music scene that's going on. Like,
yeah,
we were just like really just enjoyed
just doing what you came
just
natural.
doing what we do and
yeah.
played all the time, and then even like Birds of Maya, which was before Purling Hiss.
Yeah.
That they're like one of the bands we'd go see a couple years later, and Purling Hiss formed I guess a couple years ago, and Kurt took them out on their first tour.
But never here. You need to talk Purling Hiss into getting to Vancouver.
Okay.
Gotta see those guys.
But yeah, we were at their first, like the first show they ever played was on the first show of that Violators tour.
Yeah.
At the T-Bazaar in Charlottesville.
Okay.
And then the War on Drugs took them on a tour in America later, like a year later, and I helped them with their album. Like Jeff Ziegler, who I do a lot of recording with,
and he produced.
Yeah, like they gave me production credits because I would just kind of sit on the couch and and say like, oh, let's try this amp, or let's actually, you know what, you can do it better. Or let's have this. I was just kind of like
there.
I wasn't setting up mics, but I was just hanging out.
Yeah. And Ziegler produced White Laces also. That's how this whole opening for you guys sort of hooked up, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
yeah, I had seen White Laces at this tiny bar right near my house one night.
Yeah.
It's this kind of like upstairs DIY place, and I thought they were awesome, and I bought a record, and then
nice.
4 or 5 months later, I was like, oh, what are you doing tonight, Jeff? Let's go get a beer or something. And he was like, I'm recording this band White Laces. I was like, oh, they're great. And then when this tour started happening, there was a lot of bands, or a lot of agents like pushing their bands to open.
Yeah.
And I just remembered like all those bands that took us out when we were younger, or like starting up, and kind of how it made us like a lot better each time that happened, like playing to more people than you ever would normally.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And I just thought about them, and I was just like, let's see if they want to do it, and they did. And
I believe their exact
psyched.
words were, Adam asked me, and we said yes.
Yeah, totally. No, that's awesome, because
yeah.
I just wanted it to be, when you're going to spend this much time with people,
yeah.
You wouldn't see them all the time, but I mean, it takes a while to a tour. The first part of this tour has been so busy and so insane, but I'm sure we'll have some moments in Tucson or Phoenix, and then afterwards where we kind of hang out together.
Okay.
But they're really nice kids, and it's just like a lot of like the Hold Steady did that for us in like 2009.
Oh yeah.
And Destroyer even,
Yeah.
We didn't have a record out when they took us out, and just remembered like what that felt like to like kind of be exposed to something that you would never have been exposed to otherwise. So they're nice, they're great kids.
Yeah, it's good, very good of you. Well, I think I don't want to take up any more of your time. We'll let you get into that faux, that good old Vancouver faux.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say congratulations on Lost in the Dream. Lost in the Dream, instantly recognized as one of your best albums, if not the best, which is saying something because Slave Ambient was so engrossing, sprawling, fantastic record.
Right. Thank you.
I had my doubts whether you guys could top it, but you've equaled it or topped it in a lot of people's opinions. And I'll be a fan for life, and it's a huge thrill to do this, and great to meet you again and talk again.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you for the time.
Appreciate it, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Vancouver, it's been a real pleasure. I really mean that. Thanks for coming. It's fucking awesome. Totally flattering. Robbie Bennett. Look at that new shirt he got. Fucking nice. Charlie Hall on the drums. Anthony LaMarca. Look at that shirt. He bought that new shirt yesterday. Fucking nice. Dave Hartley.
can shine mine too. We can do a double iPhone light.
Oh.
Yeah, can we put it towards you somehow? I could hold it while I ask
Yeah,
the
like
questions.
that.
Yeah, you can each hold one.
Want me to ask? That looks good. The
You
whole
can answer
inter-
the questions like that.
whole interview like that?
Each holds.
Massive, massive thank you to Simon at the Biltmore. Sincerely, dude, thank you so much. Would not have been possible without you.